Lorraine Coverley. I mainly write comedy, though I do write some ghost stories or darker pieces.
My name's Tessa Buckley. I write self-help books and mystery stories for older readers.
My name's Simon Woodward and I write horror novels and young adult fiction.
And my name's Stephen Massey, and without giving too much away, Awaken, the final part of my trilogy, When Dreams Converge, though written as fiction, Spencer has touched upon some very real and disturbing events now taking place between the West and North Korea.
The book I'll be reading from at the Storyteller's Christmas Fair is this one, Something and Nothing, and it's pretty much an apt description of what it is. It's a collection of column pieces, really all about the minutiae of life, all the little things that bug me or amuse me.
The first book I wrote was the Multiple Sclerosis Diet book, which is a book about nutritional therapy as an alternative to drugs for people with MS. And the other books I write are mystery stories for 9 to 12-year-olds.
I'll be showcasing my books at the Storyteller's Christmas, and namely Centurion, which is a horror novel about an audience member of a live TV programme about investigating the paranormal, who is the target of a centurion's spirit.
The trilogy follows the adventures of a couple who abandon their life in England and set to sea to live their dream of freedom. They are thrust into a world of crime, terrorism and murder, and in a web of deceit and intrigue they are pursued by a ruthless criminal organisation. Awaken was written in 2015, a few years before Trump became the US president. Since publication, many of the outrageous twists in the plot have become uncannily close to reality.
I've been writing since I could pick up a pen, basically. I think probably most writers would say the same.
Well, I've been writing since I was a child.
I like to create a world that nobody has conceived before, then share it with others, feeding just enough information for them to enjoy, a helter-skelter ride through the pages of my novel.
My first story I wrote when I was 6, and I've still got that hidden away in the attic somewhere.
I discovered I really enjoyed writing, and so from one young adult fiction book it went on to 4.
It's something in you. You can't seem to turn it off, though I have tried.
And then I started writing adult horror novels as well.
The twists and turns which I inject into the plot are designed to entertain and thrill the reader, a process which also delights me. I love drawing people into a situation, then dropping in many surprises.
And it wasn't until my daughter was about 10 that I started again, because she was a very keen reader. She used the library a lot, and in the school holidays she'd come back from the library and say, "Mum, I've read all the adventure stories that I want to read, there's nothing left for me to read." And at that stage I thought, I might be able to do something like that.
It came and I just love it, continue to do it, hope to move into it permanently.
Sometimes if you're lucky, an editor shows the same interest and you're away really, but it is a very hard thing not to do just automatically, because you sort of are a writer.
I write because I can't not write, and that basically sums me up, I think.
The human imagination is more powerful than the best video or computer game.
Okay, I think the value of local book fairs for local writers is that it presents their works in one place for all the local audience who may not have heard of them before. We're all usually available online, but it's a different thing to be able to get up close to your potential readership and show them what you can do, especially where, as with the Storytellers one, we can present some of our work, so we can read it or discuss it and really make a contact with our readers. And it's also nice, actually, if a reader comes up and comments on something you've written. I mean, that's a lovely feeling.
It exposes the authors to their readers, and also it brings in new readers as well, for them to understand the creativity that goes on behind the scenes when the authors have to sit in their rooms for hours upon end thinking up stuff. I mean, normally for writers it comes naturally. So I think this is an ideal collaboration between the authors and the readers to enjoy what the authors write, and also find out more about the people who create the worlds.
I think that with all the multimedia available today, which is providing distractions, particularly for children, but for everybody really. Whereas in the past people used to read a lot, it's now much more difficult to catch their attention. But if you can go to a large book fair where there's lots of local authors who are talking enthusiastically about their books, explaining how they wrote them, and you can actually look at the books and listen to talks about the books and storytelling, I think that's an ideal opportunity to get people enthusiastic about books, particularly children.
But I think it's nice, especially near Christmas, you're looking for presents, and you've got a whole array of wonderful books of all sorts of genre, and you can really have a look at them properly. It's not, shopping online just isn't the same, but if you can actually handle a book, the smell of it, the feel of it, there's something special about them.
The Storyteller's Christmas Market is a unique opportunity for people to meet the minds behind the plots. Where else could you buy a book and discuss the spark that generated the idea behind its concept? Throughout the day, myself and other authors will give talks explaining in depth various aspects of being a writer.
There's going to be a lot going on at our book fair. There's going to be activities for children. There's going to be a cafe, a raffle, and it's the best thing of all is it's all going to be free.